Stop scrolling. This is not a coincidence. This morning, God is looking at you, yes. He sees everything you are carrying right now. The stress, the fear, the silent pain you don't talk about. And today, He is calling you to come closer. If your heart feels heavy, if your mind feels tired, don't ignore this, because this message is not random. This is your moment. This is where everything begins to change. This morning is not just another day. It is a fresh start. It is a new chance to reset your life. You woke up today because God allowed it. Not everyone got this chance, but you did. That means there is still purpose in your life. There is still something you are meant to do, no matter how hard yesterday was. Today is different. Today, you can choose to trust God. Today, you can choose to let go of what is hurting you. Today, you can choose to move forward. And when you take that step, God will meet you there. Sometimes you feel like you are fighting everything alone. No one understands what you are going through. No one sees your struggles. No one hears your silent prayers. But listen carefully. God sees everything. He sees every tear you hide. He hears every word you couldn't say. He knows your heart better than anyone. And even when you feel alone, He is right there with you. You are not forgotten. You are not ignored. You are seen. You are heard. And you are deeply cared for. There are moments when you feel like giving up, when everything feels too heavy, too painful, too confusing. You start to question everything. You start to lose hope. But those are the moments when God is closest to you, not when everything is easy, but when everything feels impossible. That is when His strength begins to carry you. That is when He lifts you up even when you don't have the strength to stand. So don't give up, not now. You are closer to your breakthrough than you think. This morning, make a decision. Decide that you will not stay in fear. Decide that you will not let your problems control you. Decide that you will trust God no matter what. And when you make that decision, something shifts inside you. You begin to feel stronger. You begin to feel calmer. You begin to see things differently, because faith changes everything. And when you walk with faith, you are no longer walking alone. You are walking with God. Right now, take a deep breath and say this quietly in your heart. God, I trust You even when I don't understand, even when it hurts, even when I feel lost. I will still trust You because I know You are with me. I know You are guiding me. I know You will never leave me. And no matter what happens today, I will not give up. I will keep moving forward because You are walking with me. Right now, you might feel tired, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. You have been carrying too much for too long. You smile in front of others, but inside you feel heavy. You try to stay strong, but some days it feels like too much. But listen carefully. God sees that. He sees the weight you are carrying, and He is not asking you to carry it alone. He is saying, give it to me. Let me handle it. Let me fight for you. You don't have to do everything by yourself anymore. There are things happening in your life that you don't understand. Things that don't make sense, delays that frustrate you, situations that confuse you. But just because you don't understand it doesn't mean God is not working. God is always working, even in silence, even in the waiting, even in the moments when nothing seems to be changing. He is preparing something. He is aligning things. He is protecting you from things you cannot see. So don't lose faith just because you don't see results yet. Stop thinking that you are weak because you feel tired. Stop thinking that you are failing because things are hard. No, you are growing. You are becoming stronger. You are learning. You are being shaped into someone who can handle more, who can stand stronger, who can move forward with confidence. Pain is not the end. Pain is the process, and God is using every moment to build you into something greater than you were before. You don't need to rush. You don't need to have everything figured out today. You don't need to control everything. All you need to do is trust God one step at a time. Take today. Just today, focus on what you can do right now and leave the rest to God, because when you try to control everything, you create stress. But when you trust God, you find peace, and that peace is what will carry you through the day. So this morning, walk forward with faith, not because everything is perfect, but because God is with you. Walk forward with strength, not because you feel strong, but because He is your strength. Walk forward with hope, not because life is easy, but because you know He is in control. And no matter what happens today, remember this. You are not alone. God is walking with you, step by step, moment by moment, and He will not let you fall. There are days when your mind feels full of noise. You overthink everything. You replay the same problems again and again. You imagine the worst. You feel pressure building inside your chest, and it becomes hard to breathe, hard to focus, hard to feel peace. But listen carefully. Not every thought you have is true. Not every fear you feel is real, and not every problem you imagine will happen is bigger than your thoughts. He is bigger than your fear. He is bigger than every situation you are facing right now. So instead of letting your mind control you, pause, take a deep breath, and remind yourself, God is in control. Even when your thoughts feel overwhelming, His peace is greater. And if you slow down and turn your attention toward Him, you will begin to feel that peace slowly replacing your fear. You might be comparing your life to others. You see people moving forward. You see people succeeding. You see people happy, and you start to feel like you are behind. You start to feel like you are not doing enough, not achieving enough, not becoming enough. But listen, your journey is different. Your timing is different. God is not comparing you to anyone else. He is working on you in your own way, in your own time. And just because someone else is ahead in their path does not mean you are behind in yours. Everything in your life is happening exactly when it is supposed to. You are not late. You are not stuck. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared, and when your time comes, it will be worth the wait. There are wounds in your heart that you don't talk about, pain from the past, disappointments that still hurt, moments that changed you, and sometimes you carry that pain into your present without realizing it. You react differently. You trust less. You feel guarded. But God sees those wounds. He knows what hurt you. He understands what you went through, and He is not ignoring it. He wants to heal it. But healing requires you to let Him in, requires you to stop hiding the pain and start giving it to Him. You don't have to carry it forever. You don't have to stay broken. You can be healed, and this morning, God is ready to begin that healing process in your life. Fear has a way of making everything look bigger than it really is. It makes problems feel impossible. It makes you doubt yourself. It makes you hesitate. It keeps you stuck. But fear is not from God. God does not want you to live in fear. He wants you to live in faith. He wants you to trust Him even when things are uncertain. He wants you to move forward even when you feel afraid. Because courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward despite it. And when you take that step, even a small step, God meets you there. He strengthens you. He guides you. And He shows you that you are capable of more than you thought. So today, let this be your turning point. Not because everything around you has changed, but because something inside you has changed. Decide that you will not let fear control you. Decide that you will not let your past define you. Decide that you will trust God completely, and when you make that decision, you will begin to feel different. You will begin to think differently. You will begin to act differently, and slowly, your life will begin to change. Not all at once, but step by step, day by day, you will move closer to the life God has planned for you. And that life is greater than anything you have imagined. Right now, you might feel like you are stuck, like no matter how hard you try, nothing is moving forward. You feel like you are in the same place, doing the same things, facing the same struggles again and again, and it becomes frustrating. It makes you question everything. But listen carefully. You are not stuck. You are being prepared. There is a difference. When you are stuck, nothing is happening. But when you are being prepared, everything is happening behind the scenes. God is working on things you cannot see. He is shaping your mindset. He is strengthening your heart, is building your patience. He is aligning the right opportunities for you. And when the time is right, everything will start moving at once. So don't confuse preparation with delay. What feels like waiting is actually God getting you ready. There are moments when you feel like you are not enough. You look at your mistakes. You look at your weaknesses. You look at the things you haven't achieved yet, and you start to feel small. You start to doubt yourself, but God does not see you that way. He does not focus on your flaws. He sees your potential. He sees what you are becoming. He sees the strength inside you that you haven't even discovered yet. And even when you fall, He does not give up on you. He lifts you up. He encourages you. He reminds you that your mistakes do not define you. You are not your failures. You are not your past. You are a work in progress and God is still working on you. Sometimes, God allows challenges in your life not to break you, but to reveal you, to show you how strong you really are, to show you how much you can handle, to show you that you are capable of more than you think. If everything in life was easy, you would never grow. You would never change. You would never become stronger. But through challenges, you develop strength. Through pressure, you develop resilience. Through difficulty, you develop faith. And one day, you will look back at this season of your life and realize, this was the moment that changed everything. This was the moment that made you stronger. This was the moment that prepared you for what was coming next. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You don't need to understand every step of your journey. You don't need to see the whole picture. All you need is faith. Faith to take the next step. Faith to trust God even when things don't make sense. Faith to believe that everything will work out, even if you don't know how, because God already knows the way. He sees what you cannot see. He knows what you do not know. And when you trust Him, you are placing your life in the hands of someone who never makes mistakes. So today, let go of the pressure to have everything figured out. Let go of the fear of what might happen. Let go of the doubt that keeps holding you back, and instead, choose peace, choose trust, choose faith. Walk into this day knowing that God is with you, guiding you, protecting you, strengthening you, and no matter what comes your way, you will not face it alone. You will not break. You will not fall, because God is holding you every step of the way. There is something inside you that refuses to give up, even when you feel tired, even when you feel broken, even when everything around you feels heavy. There is still a small voice inside you telling you to keep going. That voice is not random. That is strength. That is faith. That is God reminding you that your story is not over yet. No matter how hard things get, you are still standing. You are still breathing. You are still fighting. And that means there is still purpose in your life. There is still something ahead of you that is worth all the pain you are going through right now. Part 22. You have survived things that you once thought would destroy you. There were moments when you didn't know how you would move forward. Moments when everything felt like it was falling apart. Moments when you felt completely lost. But somehow, you made it through. Not by your own strength alone, but because God was with you every step of the way. He carried you when you were weak. He guided you when you were confused. He protected you when you didn't even realize it. And if He has done it before, He will do it again. This situation you are facing right now is not the end of your story. It is just another chapter that you will overcome. There are battles you are fighting that no one else can see. The silent struggles, the thoughts you keep to yourself, the pain you hide behind your smile. And sometimes those are the hardest battles of all, because you feel like you are alone, but you are not. God sees every hidden struggle. He understands every silent prayer, knows every tear you have cried in private, and He is not ignoring you. He is not distant. He is right there with you in the middle of it all. And when you bring those struggles to Him, you are not being weak. You are choosing to be strong in the right way. You don't have to wait until everything is perfect to trust God. You don't have to wait until your problems disappear. Don't have to wait until life becomes easy. Faith does not begin when everything is going well. Faith begins when everything feels uncertain, when everything feels difficult, when everything feels out of control. And when you choose to trust God in those moments, that is when your faith becomes real. That is when your strength begins to grow. That is when your life begins to change in ways you never expected. So today, stop doubting yourself. Stop questioning your worth. Stop thinking that you are not enough. You are enough. You are stronger than you think. You are capable of overcoming more than you realize. And with God by your side, you have everything you need to face whatever comes next. So lift your head up, take a deep breath, and step into this day with confidence, because you are not alone, and no matter what happens, you are going to make it through this. From this moment, understand this clearly. Your life does not have to stay the same. You are not stuck. You are not trapped. You are not finished. There is still growth ahead of you. There is still change ahead of you. There is still a version of you that is stronger, wiser, and more powerful than who you are right now. And God is leading you toward that version, step by step, even when you don't see it, even when you don't feel It even when everything feels slow. Progress is still happening inside you. You don't need perfect conditions to move forward. You don't need everything to be clear. You don't need everything to be easy. All you need is a decision. Decision to keep going. Decision to trust God. A decision to not give up on yourself. And when you make that decision, something begins to shift. You begin to create momentum. You begin to move forward, even if it is one small step at a time, and those small steps will lead to big changes over time. There are things in your life that you must release if you want to. Grow out old pain, old habits, old thoughts that keep holding you back. You cannot carry everything into your next season. Some things must be left behind, not because they were not important, but because they are not meant to go with you anymore. God is trying to take you somewhere new, but you have to be willing to let go of what is keeping you in the past. And when you release it, you make space for something better. Your mindset is powerful. What you believe about yourself shapes your actions. What you believe about your future shapes your direction. If you keep telling yourself that you cannot, you will stay where you are. But if you begin to believe that with God all things are possible, you will start to move differently. You will take steps you were afraid to take. You will face challenges with more confidence, and your life will begin to reflect the change happening inside you. So today, make this your turning point. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now, decide that you will no longer stay where you are. Decide that you will no longer live in fear. Decide that you will trust God with everything. And when you make that decision, you will begin to feel a shift. You will begin to think differently. You will begin to act differently. And step by step, you will walk into a life that is greater, stronger, and more meaningful than anything you have experienced before. There is something changing inside you right now. You may not fully understand it. You may not be able to explain it, but you can feel it. A shift in your mindset. A shift in your strength. A shift in your perspective. And that shift matters because before anything changes in your life on the outside, it always changes on the inside first. Way you think begins to change. Way you respond begins to change. Way you see yourself begins to change. And that is where your breakthrough begins, not outside, but inside. And once that internal shift happens, nothing can stop what is coming next. You are not the same person you used to be. You have grown. You have learned. You have survived things that once felt impossible, even though it didn't feel like growth at the time. It was changing you. It was shaping you. It was building strength inside you that you didn't even realize. Now, you are stronger. You are wiser. You are more aware, and because of that, you are ready to move forward differently. You are ready to make better decisions. You are ready to trust God more deeply, and you are ready to step into something greater than what you had before. There are doors that are about to open in your life, doors you didn't expect, opportunities you didn't see coming. But those doors don't open randomly. They open when you are ready. They open when your mindset is strong. They open when your faith is stable, and everything you have been through has been preparing you for that moment. So don't doubt the process. Don't lose hope. You are closer than you think, closer than you feel, closer than you can even imagine right now. You don't need approval from everyone. You don't need validation from people who don't understand your journey. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone else. God did not create you to follow someone else's path. He created you with your own purpose, your own direction, your own timing. And when you stop comparing and start focusing on your own journey, you begin to move forward with confidence. You begin to trust God more deeply. You begin to understand that your life is unfolding exactly the way it is meant to. So as you step into this day, carry this truth with you. You are not alone. You are not weak. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. God is with you. He is guiding you. He is protecting you, and He is leading you into something greater than what you can imagine. So walk forward with confidence, with faith, with strength, because your victory is already being prepared, even if you cannot see it yet. Right now, this is your moment, not yesterday, not tomorrow. Right now you are standing at a point where everything can begin to change, not because your situation suddenly becomes perfect, but because you decide to trust God completely. And that decision is powerful. Moment you choose faith over fear. something shifts inside. You begin to feel stronger. You begin to feel calmer. You begin to see things differently, and that inner change will start creating an outer change in your life. Step by step, moment by moment, you have carried enough pain. You have gone through enough struggles. You have faced more than people even know, and yet you are still here. That alone proves your strength. That alone proves that God has been with you every step of the way, even in your weakest moments. He was there even when you felt alone. He was there even when you thought you couldn't make it. He carried you through, and if He has brought you this far, He will not leave you now. He will continue to guide you, continue to protect you, continue to strengthen you. There is nothing in your life that God cannot fix. There is no situation too broken, no pain too deep, no problem too big. He is able to restore what was lost. He is able to heal what was damaged. He is able to turn your worst moments into something meaningful, and when He moves in ways that go beyond your understanding. So don't limit Him, don't doubt Him. Believe that He is working, even now, even in this moment, even in ways you cannot see. So let go of the fear, let go of the doubt, let go of the weight you have been carrying for too long. You were never meant to carry it alone. Give it to God completely. Hold nothing back. Trust Him with everything, and when you do, you will begin to feel a peace that you have not felt in a long time, a peace that calms your mind, a peace that strengthens your heart, a peace that reminds you everything is going to be okay. Remember this: you are not weak, you are not broken, you are not finished, you are chosen, you are guided, you are protected, and with God by your side, you will overcome every challenge, you will rise above every struggle, and you will walk into a life that is greater than anything you have ever imagined. So stand strong today, move forward with faith, and never forget, God saw every tear, He heard every prayer, and this time, He will answer.